Hey guys, welcome to another episode of my first impressions. And today, I've been playing Rainbow Six Siege. Um, I have kind of mixed feelings about this game as of right now. It took a very long time for me to get it to work correctly. It kept crashing when I would try and launch the game. I don't know what I did, but it seems to work okay now. Um, yeah, I got it through Amazon and they sent me a freaking box of DVDs and a Ubisoft code. So, not on Steam, where it's more expensive. So, yeah, that's what happened. But yeah, it works decently as of right now. I got the standard edition, which I guess is very different than the cheaper $15 edition on Steam because each operator or like person you can play costs a bunch more of this currency. And even like the more recent guys cost so much currency, it's ridiculous. Holy shit. Okay. So, let's start at the beginning here. As of right now, there's pretty much like 3 different things you can do here. The situations are like single player levels or missions that you could do. And I've done some of them. They're not bad. I mean, it's definitely a tutorial kind of thing, which is down here. They get super basic. Situations kind of apply it towards multiplayer. Multiplayer is 5 vs 5, kind of like Counter-Strike. It's very attack defense. We'll get into that later. Terrorist Hunt is pretty much like 5 normal people versus a bunch of AI. So I haven't played any of that yet because honestly I'm not interested. Maybe it's really good, I don't know. I probably should. I'll probably just try it. They do have like a little system of daily challenges and that kind of thing, and they're trying to get people in Terrorist Hunt, I guess. There's a bunch of other challenges too that don't actually show up in OBS. That's kind of surprising. I guess this is like a Ubisoft launcher thing, but you have other daily challenges too that you can do. Yeah. So that's the game modes: AI, PvP, and single player. So pretty much how this works is you have, what is this even called? Let me go into here, see how much it actually costs. Smoke. Renown. Okay, that's the name of the currency. Renown. Okay. So pretty much how it works is you play games, and depending on how good you do, you get this renown, this yellow currency up in the top right. And, you know, that's cool. I like that. I like a currency that you get by just playing. And that, you know, they of course have their stupid Ubisoft money. But yeah. So how they do this is like when you play attack, you can pick one of these different operators who has different abilities, or you can pick just like the recruit. I do the little parentheses with it, and it's like a standard non-special guy, I guess, for the people who got the really cheap version of the game, who haven't unlocked an operator yet. I got like 3 or 4 operators like super cheap, like 250 renown, by just playing a few of those single player missions, just so I could figure out what the hell I was doing in this game. Yeah, so they of course have these different tiers of operators. So they have like the standard ones, which are usually the cheapest, and they actually get more expensive as you unlock more in the same section, which I don't know if I don't think I like that very much. So like in here I've only unlocked 1 operator, so the next operator in here costs 1,000, the next one will cost 1,500, then 2,000. I don't think I like that very much. It's like punishing you for going in the same section. So naturally, the basics, then you get it to the year 1 operators, and they cost 25,000 renown. 25 goddamn thousand. Oh, let's check another one. Oh, they're all 25,000. How about year 2? Oh, look again, 25,000 renown. That is a fuck ton of playing. I don't like that at all. It's like ridiculous. So naturally, I'm gonna be chilling in here for a pretty goddamn long time because everything in this game costs renown. When you unlock a person and you want to, like, say, give them a better scope, because iron sights in this game are terrible. You go into their loadout, and then you can unlock different things for their guns. So vertical grip, barrel, all that kind of stuff. And it costs anywhere from like 50 to 250 renown to unlock different things for the gun. And each person usually has like 2-ish guns that they can choose from. I like that they do have the stats for each gun, like right on the bottom right there. And you can see the recoil pattern too. And as you put different attachments on, it'll change the recoil pattern to make it better or worse or whatever you want to do. Just kind of cool. I like that. So it's at least honest. So going into, like, there's different customizations and all that for, you know, different heads. The cool ones are, of course, 30,000 renown. 30,000. I have 1,500 renown, and I played for like 3 hours earlier. Not even 3, like 2 hours, and I got about 1,500. So that's a lot of hours to get a freaking different head, you know? It looks cool as hell. It's a well done head, helmet, whatever you want to call it. Stupid expensive though. So I said okay. There's no uniforms for her yet. How about you, Glatz? No uniforms yet. Okay, here we go. Uniforms. So there's some of them have different uniforms that they can do, and most of them are just reskins, like just different colors. So these 20,000. This one costs 30,000. I don't know why. It's not even cooler. It looks like the friggin' same. Just a reskin. Ridiculous amounts of currency to get. I can understand, like, charge, you know, like, for the different things. But that's a lot. Oh, here's where it gets really, really strange. So, just like Counter-Strike, they have different skins for the guns. And some of them look cool as hell. There's no crate system or loot system that I've been able to find. And they have these different skins. And some of them are designed especially for this gun. Some of them are designed universally for all of the different weapons. So you can get this, like, green skin for 10,000 renown. Oh, you want a cool one? Fuck you. That's 25,000 renown. Hours of grinding. The specific gun ones are a little more reasonable. Like, you got your basic camos for like 750. It goes up to 2,500 for something a little bit cooler, if you like really like that person. And I don't know how people could spend this much renown on this. Like, maybe for the universal one, I'll get like a color. Maybe I'll do that. But like, that's cool as hell right there. The crossfader. 25,000 renown, cool? Fuck no. I'm not gonna grind for hours to get that bullshit. Alright, how about this? So these little charms literally hang from your gun, and you look at them, and they like jiggle around when you're playing. So, again, it's like specialized for the gun, and then you have universal ones. So, oh hey, here's a golden fleece. Like, it just hangs on the side of your gun, and it's 17,500, excuse me. So, okay, so here's some more standard ones, 750. Okay, that's again more reasonable for the gun specific. Okay, that's literally blood types. That's kind of strange. Oh, do you want to put that onto your gun? I don't know. All right, so that's a thing. Luckily, the equipment you can pick from, you don't have to buy, because that's pretty much what it is. You're buying it. Each operator has different stats for like their where is it? There we go. So like the amount of armor they're wearing, which is how much damage they can take, and their speed. Speed not as important, but armor, usually the bigger the dude and the more armor he looks like he's wearing, the harder he is to kill. Some of them are super tanky, some of them are super not tanky. Like that one chick I was looking at, Ash. not tanky at all. Super easy to kill. Supposedly faster than the other operators. I haven't noticed a huge difference in speed. They have a guy with a sniper in a mostly close range game. I mean, I guess something for everybody. But what I've found is that in some games where I play with like much higher level people and people who have been playing the game for a longer amount of time, they're using a very specific few people that are super good. Like Mira puts in a one-way bulletproof mirror that you can see through, but they can't. So it's amazing when you're defending a room and you have a mirror you can see outside. Where's the other guy? There's another guy who like, oh, here we go. Fuse. So he puts this thing on the wall, which shoots a bunch of little grenades through the wall into the room. So if you put this over the top of whatever room you're attacking and you put it in the ceiling, it gets like 2 or 3 kills guaranteed. It's stupid OP. So on offense, he's ridiculously good to have. Same with, let's see here. Who's the other? There was... I don't know what the deal is with this chick. So she's like completely silent when she's using her ability and can just sprint with it. Her downside is she can only have her pistol out, which has a silencer, of course. But she pretty much just runs around the map killing people instantly. It's pretty ridiculous. So on defense, you see all of the like higher level people having her. So it's there's definitely some characters who are really good compared to everybody else. Naturally, they're all in the 25,000 tier, so to say. Locates targets by revealing and identifying recent footsteps. That's pretty ridiculous. I don't know how good that would be on attack. On defense, it might be really good. But there's also completely useless characters, like the dude who puts up a mounted light machine gun. Of all the maps I've played, I think I've played all the maps now over the past like week or so that I've had the game. It's there's not a lot of places for that, bro. He's completely goddamn useless. I don't know, man. I can't decide. Like, I definitely don't like how much it takes to unlock a bunch of this stuff, especially cosmetic stuff. Like, really? So dumb. They naturally have a shop in here, and we'll have different bundles and sales and all that kind of thing. Oh, 50% discount. Oh, looks like you get 2 things for 25,000. Ugh. Different headgear. They even have some things that you can only buy with the actual currency. So let's see how much currency costs. So 600, which is about that 25,000 mark, is $5. So if you want to get one of those super high level people, it's $5 actual dollars. I mean, not terrible. Definitely I've seen more in different games, but still, it's definitely one of those things that like you're not going to be able to unlock one of them unless you play a shit ton. So I don't really like that. But that's okay. We're going to jump to the next section of the video here, which looks more at the multiplayer. Alright, so we are in a game now. This first screen lets you pick which operator you want to use. You can see the ones I've unlocked and ones I don't. You can change your weapon and attachments in the game. You cannot unlock new ones, however. Once you confirm your loadout, that is it. And if you notice, you'll kind of see a recurring theme in this video. There's a lot of operators that are always picked, Fuse being number 1 of them. On offense, his little grenade thingy is ridiculously good. It almost always gets a kill or 2 if you do it above the objective that you're trying to do. Now there's 2 stages to every round. It's first to 3 in casual. If you're on offense, the first thing you have to do is you have to find the objective inside of the map, so to say. It's very strange controlling it. I mean, it's a cool idea. I don't know if I like it that much, though. Sometimes you just can't find it. Sometimes you find it immediately. It's completely random with the spawns. And if there is a mute operator on the defensive team, he can lay down this little signal jammer, and it stops your little guy dead in its tracks. So it's very hard to find the objective if there is a mute on the other team. And as you can see, I got caught in the little thing, and that was it. You can also scan for enemies, not that you can do anything about it, while you have these little drones going around. They can jump, and you try to position them right at the end of the timer to be in a place where you can see things. So it's kind of cool. Once that phase is done, then the action phase starts, where you actually go and you have to secure the objective. So in this one, I think it's a bomb, and all you have to do is, I believe you just stay in the same room on this one. I don't remember exactly. But as you can see, like, it's all around one big-ass building usually. It's just a different themed building, and I'm using my power now to see different electronic devices through the walls. I can also see the objective too, which is kind of handy if you don't know where it is. It's definitely an attack-defense kind of game, and the defenders almost always have the advantage. Yeah. Oh, there's Fuse using his little grenade things. Let's see how many kills it gets with this one. I shot a guy in there. This game is very tough sometimes because the defenders can be anywhere inside the room, and they just watch the windows, and if you pop out, then you're screwed. There is friendly fire in this game, which I actually kind of like. I think it makes sense with the game. It's supposed to be a very tactical shooter. The other thing that is in this game that is in not a lot of other games is a lean ability. I've seen it in things like Arma and DayZ and third-person shooters, but in a first-person shooter, it's kind of weird. You don't have access to E or Q because that's your whole lean buttons. And you do have one extra drone, which you can use to spot enemies and all that kind of good stuff. So it's, I don't know, it's very interesting. There's a lot of ways to play the game. A lot of walls are destructible, a lot of ceilings are destructible, and yeah. So you can win by securing the objective or just killing the whole entire enemy team. Pretty standard. Pretty standard. I am using a gun that I've upgraded in terms of attachments. The damage itself doesn't really go up. It can only go down with a silencer. On defense, it's a completely different set of operators. So if you unlock a bunch of offensive operators, you can't use them on defense, which is interesting. The Caviria hero is one I also see almost every single round that I play. On defense, she's the silent assassin lady who runs around and can kill everybody. She's ridiculous. I ended up picking Pulse, who has the ability to see through walls. He can see enemies' heartbeats through the walls. The range on it isn't amazing. It's not amazing, but it's very handy if you get behind one of the spammable walls and then just stay with your heartbeat sensor out. And you can shoot people through the walls and they have no chance to defend, pretty much. So he's kind of cheap, and that's why I like him. But yeah, the defenders can also lay down these like little razor wire nests. They don't really do a lot of damage. It just more makes a noise and slows whoever runs through it that's on offense. So they can be very handy, and I take advantage of that on stairs and that kind of thing. You do get two, I guess, wall barriers. You can reinforce a shitty wall, and it makes it very hard for the offensive team to get through it. You have two of them every round. Oh, here's my my heartbeat sensor. But you can make unlimited barricades in doorways, which are not very secure, but you can remake them. So, yeah. So I spot a guy through the window, and I just start spamming it. So it's, I don't know how I die there. Oh, look, it's a fuse. What a surprise. Is it a random grenade? Oh, of course it's a random grenade. So, on offense, again, very, very common to see fuse. I end up unlocking fuse later in this video. It cost me about 2,000 of the currency. I keep forgetting what it's called. To get him as the third tier hero that I have, and gun attachments to make him actually viable. Now, you can go down if you're injured, which is an interesting mechanic. It kind of happens a lot, in my opinion, where two people will injure each other. And they'll just both go down, and it's pretty much a race for the other team members to get there and kill the other guys. Because you cannot get up by yourself. You have to wait for a teammate. Sometimes you just flat out die. It's kind of... I don't know. It's a weird mechanic. I picked Sledge here, who has the ability to just smash through some walls and most windows and doors in one shot instead of 3 shots. Oh, look, it's another fuse on our team. In casual, there's pretty much no communication, I found. It's very, very little. It's mostly just bullshitters, which I'm not a huge fan of. But, you know, what happens, happens. It pretty much goes back and forth, though, on offense and defense. And you just take turns in the first to get to 3 wins. One of the guys I'm playing with doesn't actually have any operators, it looks like, on offense. So he has to pick the recruit who doesn't really have any special abilities. So that's usually who you can instantly tell if they have the cheap version of the game, because operators cost so much more. A typical match doesn't last that long, honestly. It just depends on how good the attackers are, whoever's doing it. If they go in quick, then the matches are very short. If they take their time and be tactical about it, they'll use pretty much the full amount of time. It's very nerve-wracking as defense. And, you know, like, sometimes you spawn and you can instantly find it, sometimes you can't. And the defenders can, of course, shoot your little guys, so... I've never seen defenders really take out all of them without a mute. The mute is pretty much the game changer when you're on defense.
5 seconds before insertion.
Yeah. So we find it super fast, and it's a whole thing. This is I uploaded this particular match because I did pretty damn good in this match. Just going even for me is a pretty good thing since I'm so new at this game. I'm still less than, you know, 20 hours in here, but I feel like I'm decent. I play a lot of other shooting games, as you guys have probably seen. But yeah, overall, I mean, I'm gonna kind of wrap it up here. It's a fun game, and I like playing it. I definitely think it has some flaws, and I'll probably put some more time into it if I get bored of Overwatch and Binding of Isaac and most of the other games I play. So yeah, I'm gonna try and test out some more operators. I really wish that there was a way for you to test out an operator before you actually spend the currency on him and all the grinding and all that. There's not really a free rotation as far as I've seen. So yeah, I really wish that was in the game. There's not, so whatever. I'll probably just unlock whoever looks like I see the most, and we'll go from there. But yeah, hopefully the quality of this video is a little higher than my normal ones. I'm trying to use my intro. I ditched the MIDI music because technically that's not my music, and I put something. I got a little recording box for my guitar. That happens to me a lot. You just walk by a window and get shot. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want me to do other games, just let me know. I really appreciate feedback, sharing and liking and subscribing and all that kind of fun stuff. I'll see you in there. Bye guys.